He was the star in the first flat Earth mockumentary on Netflix called Behind the Curve. Able to find the curvature of the Earth in just 400 yards.
Interesting.
I don't believe in Christianity. Jesus Christ can suck my... My wife has some ideas. She thinks that I should summon Satan. She thinks that people can work with the devil. And she said, what you need to do is you need to talk to Satan.
Now he's back. Coming in 2025, the sequence mockumentary Behind the Curve 2. The 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Never before seen in over 140 years of Antarctica exploration. But for the first time since heliocentrism was introduced 500 years ago, the 24-hour sun in Antarctica will be filmed by former CBS assistant manager and now YouTube vlogger Duran Campanella. Who needs scholars, explorers, scientists, academics, when former CBS assistant manager and now YouTuber can go to Antarctica and film the never-before-seen 24-hour sun in Antarctica? Sponsored by anti-flat earther disguised as Pastor Will Duffy, who claimed to only have heard of flat Earth in late 2021.
In the later part of 2021, I was turned on to flat Earth.
But in fact, had worked with anti-flat Earth pastor Bob Earhart since 2015.
I was fortunate enough to spend 6 days a week with Bob for 5 straight years. I worked full-time Monday through Friday for Bob Earhart Live.
Earhart started attacking flat Earth in 2018.
I'm Bob Earhart. We've got a crowdfunding project to launch a flat earther into space. We've got to, I mean, you've heard of the flat Earth movement. Well, many people across the Western Hemisphere are falling for the flat Earth movement.
Behind the Curve 2, the Antarctic chapter.
All right, guys, we're live today. I have a special guest. I have a QOP with us. He is the author of a very great documentary, 3-parts documentary that I'm here. So welcome, QOP. It's a pleasure for me to have you here on the show.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
So we were having a quick conversation behind the scenes here just to introduce ourselves. So first of all, shout out to all of you who are watching today. KOP has a channel. I'm going to place a link here if you guys want to subscribe or, just share. The link is right in the chat right now. So as KOP was talking and we were just introducing ourselves, we were talking about our experiences with, David Wise and Jed and Austin with Sid. So, KOP, I just want to ask you to say, how was your introduce again, as you were telling me? You were a big fan of Austin, right?
Yeah, it came, he kind of convinced me that the flat earthers had better arguments than Globers for the first time. I've only been a flat earther like 2 years. I'm actually kind of embarrassed that it took me so long because I was into all the other conspiracy theories, and I was like, flat Earth is the only one that's not true. And I didn't want to look into it because I was so obsessed with like sci-fi movies, and they really got me with the movies. So yeah, but then I saw like Witsit debating like McToon and stuff, and I was like, holy shit, like the flat earthers are winning debates. So then I started like, researching that stuff. I already knew about like the ether stuff and the old world stuff. So it kind of made sense that the old world reset happened and then they introduced the heliocentric model. And then when you actually look into like how that happened, yeah.
Yeah, it does make sense. So yeah, the problem is like in sometime in 2023, and I was paying attention. Things started to change. I thought that Austin was really propped up. He was like debating Professor Dave, and then he was on Alex Jones, and he was on Stu Peters. He
Yeah.
was being propped up for some reason, right?
I brought the last time I talked to him, I brought that up to him that, you can't go on Alex Jones if you're not like some type of controlled op.
Exactly, exactly. And not sure if you know, but what happened is like in 2023, they had an edition of the TFE stuff, they called a couple of Brazilian flat earthers. It was the same thing, but that happened 2023. So when Will Duffy came along and started talking about it, and I told those guys, hey, these guys are doing the same thing that happened in Brazil in 2023, but they all ignored. David Wise ignored, Jaron Austin, they all ignored. I mean, and that's when I really started seeing that those guys were working behind the scenes, all together with this TFE stuff. I don't know. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I listen to Dave Weiss too. He always kind of like he makes good points sometimes, but sometimes it's like a little bit too basic. And then once with the TFE, once Witsit came back, he was automatically defending TFE, and it was like that was kind of sus. And then I don't know if you saw the debate between Witsit and I'm gonna put it in one of my next videos. I don't remember the guy he debated, but Dave Weiss was basically helping Witsit make his defend TFE, even though like how would Dave know that if he actually went there? You're supposed to be
Exactly. Yeah.
an open-minded truther, flat earther, conspiracy theorist, and you're just like
Yes.
defending
Yes.
TFE. Yeah.
I think it was Dustin, something like Dustin.
Yeah,
Forgot
Yeah,
the.
Dustin Emos. Yeah.
Yeah, Dustin Emos. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, exactly. That's why I even made one of those memes, dolls, because David Wise was working as a lawyer. He was like, don't answer this, don't answer this. He was just like lawyer. He did the same thing with Mariande. Jonathan Mariande, right? One of the filmmaker,
Yeah.
the filmmaker that went with them.
Mhm.
He did the same thing on TikTok. Don't answer this. Don't. He was working just like a lawyer, for the TFM team and defending all the guys. I mean, I made compilations of him defending all those, and extremely weird. And so what I have your video here, your latest video. What I want to do, I want to actually play along, and then we will talk about it. Okay.
Cool.
So let me add here to the presentation, and should be good to go. So you did excellent, man. In all your 3 parts. I mean, there are many people working together. So let's look at. I kind of made it short a little bit, okay? Just to because
Yeah.
StreamYard will not allow me to upload anything above 10 minutes, so I had to cut off a little bit. Just the intro, okay?
I'm just making fun of you for spitting on girls' faces.
Yo, boys,
Good one,
we're
man.
we're having a
let's,
conversation about physics and cosmology.
Shots
What you're doing is a
fired.
complete
Shots
distraction.
Sorry, I server muted him. Let's not do
okay.
personal attacks, please.
I just want to kick people when they're down, bro. It's not nice.
I say we curb
No.
stomp them.
I should just disengage here because I'll be honest. I don't have to let people like you up here say like that.
Welcome to part 3 of my final experiment debunk series. In this video, I will expose 2 more Flat Earth shills that have been working alongside Witsit as the controlled op leaders of the Ether Flat Earth community. The final experiment kicked off this plan to misdirect the Flat Earth community into believing more and more parts of the globe model. About 6 months after the filming of the fake experiment, Alan and Shane began the next step in this psyop, the celestial theodolite method. This method assumes starlight to be traveling straight, and it assumes stellarium, the globe star map, to be accurate throughout our entire realm, even to places civilians are not allowed to go. This is not only a straw man to Flat Earth, but a complete 180 from the arguments Ether Cause made before TFE. Alan and Shane have led their community to believe that this method yields Flat Earth measurements, and these sheep do not notice they are being psyoped because they believe this is helping Flat Earthers. The Flat Earth model doesn't treat the stars' visible positions as their actual positions. If we did treat the stars as being in their true positions, we would believe, like the Globers, that the stars appearing to set is due to them actually dropping down below the horizon. No real Flat Earther believes that the stars drop in elevation. The celestial sphere we see around us is similar to a gigantic lens that distorts objects as they get farther from you, making everything appear to converge at the horizon limit. For years, the Ether Cause community, control-opt by Alan, Shane, Witsit, and Toby, agreed that these celestial bodies were all in apparent positions that you can't draw straight lines to. After TFE, they came out with this new method that they claimed they could use to measure the Earth. Most of their followers that believed in Witsit's recent experiment in Antarctica needed some good news.
And these sheep do not notice they are being psyoped.
All right, so let's stop right there. So I did not know those 2 individuals that you brought up because I'm not on Discord, you know. So tell us more about those 2 guys. What's going on?
They're not like big on YouTube. If you look up space audits AUDITS on YouTube, they're bigger than me, but they seem like they're the ones that like do all the homework for Witsit and tell him and give him his arguments and stuff. Other of course, also he admits that Bob Nodell gave him his laptop before he died. So we have like a theory with that it was like planned for him to be the next guy to kind of take over for Globe Busters and everything.
Right. Yeah, because now looking back, I mean, Globusters, I'm not saying everybody because I knew a guy there, Rodrigo. He was invited. They invited me once. I never accepted. So they might have had guests there that are good people. But I think, like, unfortunately, Bob Nodell, Jaron Campanella, and David Wise, Mike Sargent, all those people, I mean, purely control a position that wanted to take over and misdirect the movement, making fun of that, you know. One important thing that you were telling me about those 2 guys, if you can say again, they changed their position about the 24-hour sun at the moment which it decided to go. Tell us a bit about it.
Oh, with Geo, the owner of Earth Awakening?
Yeah. I got his picture here.
So in my part 2 video, he's the guy that I show at the end of the video, and I zoom into him right before I play the music, because that's like, he kind of fueled me to like put him in the video because of how much he just like attacked my character on his live stream because I'm debating Witsit didn't go to Antarctica, he's a shill, which isn't really personal, right? He's a celebrity, so if he is a shill, I'm not attacking him personally. Like, he's a cool guy, like, he's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Geo was just like really trying to attack my character, make everyone think I was like crazy or a bad person, so people don't listen to me, and that really bothered me. So I'm like, even my next part 4 is going to be about him and he's pushing like a dual pole model. Have you seen that one yet? It's like it basically takes the AE model, it puts the equator in between. Well, it makes Antarctica, the ring, into like the globe, like South Pole at the bottom.
Say, yeah.
And then yeah, so it's like a globe map. It's like a globe equatorial map projection.
Okay.
And then it assumes the sun does like a circle at the top, and then it turns and it starts doing a circle at the bottom.
Okay.
Very bizarre.
Yeah, bizarre.
It's just to confuse flat earthers. They're just trying to get. I think that's the main thing for flat earthers with the 24 hours, the fake 24-hour sundown that they film. I think that's to basically just make flat earthers have a less defensible position that doesn't make sense, so they can
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Confusing, you know. My problem with David Wise, I mean, he was never focusing on one thing. He was always bringing these different things, you know, that has nothing to do with the flat Earth. And now, one point that you made it before the TFE. I don't know if you know, there's a program called SunCalc. I think it's a website. So I did the research a little bit. I want to play this video here for you to see. Just 1 minute long. All right.
I need information about the website suncalc.org, which provides information about the sun. I need to know who are the people behind the website and what model do they use for their sun position calculations. Is it the globe model or the flat Earth model of the Earth?
SunCalc is a web application that visualizes the sun's movement and sunlight phases for specific days and locations. It was developed by Vladimir Agafonkin, a Ukrainian software developer known for creating the JavaScript library leaflet. The website utilizes the SunCalc JavaScript library, which calculates sun positions and phases based on established astronomical algorithms. These calculations are grounded in the spherical Earth model, aligning with the principles of the globe model. Regarding the website's maintenance, the privacy policy lists Torsten Hoffman as the controller responsible for data protection measures. In summary, SunCalc is a tool developed by Vladimir Agafonkin with data protection overseen by Torsten Hoffman. Its calculations are based on the spherical Earth model, consistent with conventional astronomical practices.
So I had a big problem with during the phases leading to TFE because some flat earthers, they were using SunCalc to say that, you know, oh, the AI model is wrong because of SunCalc this, SunCalc that. And I would say, no, but SunCalc is a heliocentric model. No, it's not a heliocentric model. So I had to take this to OpenAI, and I recorded this video, you know, of me interacting. So these people, they are using globe data to confuse flat earthers.
Well, that's what this video you're showing right now is about. Alan and Shane basically taking stellarium and just assuming everything to be correct everywhere, and they're even using the globe radius in their formula for how they claim to basically calculate the Earth being flat from when the stars are occluding. They're basically just doing trigonometry and drawing straight lines to stars and claiming they're telling their audience, we can use these stars' positions, like the globe model claims where they are, to our advantage. So all their all their followers for the most part are just kind of followers. So everyone else, like within these debate communities, like I'm trying to like wake them up so that they don't like start saying these dumb arguments that they're kind of teaching them to do. But yeah, it's like the next step after Witsit came back and they incorporated the 24-hour sun in the south in their AE model. Now they're basically telling their followers, you can also assume the stars are basically everywhere, exactly where the globe claims, also in the flat Earth model, and that proves a flat Earth. And at this point, it's like their entire flat Earth model they're pushing assumes everything is where the globe claims it is, as far as like what the sun does in the globe model, where the stars are and everything.
Well, All right, let me keep playing this.
Hidden in the math of this method is the assumption that these stars are all in the positions we see them optically, and even worse, the radius value of the globe model.
We take the latitude and longitude and do Haversine to get the distance.
The Haversine is a globe formula, right?
It uses.
I know that you've been asked that before.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so Haversine's a calculator, and it requires a radius value for it to be useful to. Like the whole model is based upon that. So to calculate distances between that, you have to use the radius, yes.
If you're a flat earther, you're accustomed to globers claiming angles to stars as evidence that we live in a ball. But no flat earther until these two have ever claimed they could use the path of the starlight to quote-unquote measure the flat earth. It is a complete straw man, and it's a glober method that will pigeonhole their followers into defending irreconcilable star positions. What's funny is that their fanboys attack anyone that argues against this method during the presentations, and claim to all understand easily how this method works. Yet the more anyone keeps up with this ad hoc mathemagic psyop, they find out the whole method is riddled with contradictions. Here's a clip of Shane claiming that the globe trigonometry should be done assuming that the globe would have the mountain lower than on a flat earth.
Now, the only thing we got to figure out is how to make the globe prediction for the same angle. On a globe, this would be a lower mountain peak. Depicted any other way, it would look similar like this. On a globe, it would have to be lower, right? This angle would be different than this angle. You agree? Good so far?
Yeah.
And here on their site, it says the occlusion of the star should happen sooner on the globe model. Not only is this a contradiction in their method, but it's a straw man to even claim the globe and flat earth have mountains at different angles of elevation. Flat earthers and Shane and Alan know that the globe model was reverse engineered from what we see optically. Therefore, the lower mountain peaks in the distance exist for flat and globe earthers. The only thing different is the belief in what causes the angular drop in things farther from you. Many globers outright claim that on a flat earth you would be able to see forever, lol. Whoops, it wasn't.
All right, great points you made there. I want to bring up this Haversine formula. I don't know if you know, the Haversine formula was invented in 1825 by a German mathematician. And I do have his image here. I'm not going to share right now, but it was invented right here. His name is George Bernhard Riemann from Germany, and was created in 1825. In 1825, they already had discovered everything, sailed the flat Earth, mapped the whole thing. Actually, if you go back to Urbano Monte map, 1587, they already had coordinates all over, Just look at the map in detail. So the Haversine formula was just created because they had to, as you said, reverse engineer the flat Earth into the globe, So they brought this Haversine formula in the 1800s, Very good. No, I don't know if you knew this information.
No, not really.
Yeah, I will share the picture here in a minute. It's because my screen here is, hold on, let me see what's going on here.
Yeah, we were just talking about this on my server. How the Greeks basically they changed, Atlas to holding the celestial sphere, and they changed it into him holding the globe, and the globe is just basically the inverse of the celestial sphere that they already had all kind of worked out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me play on a little bit more.
I'm supposed to read that winky face emoji.
Yeah, John asked a question that has been asked and answered several times. You've done 16 updates. Calder asked a question that was completely unrelated to the topic. QOP was muted.
Listen to Alan try to act like he knew what my argument was, but he can't know what it was because he muted me halfway through me framing my argument.
So QOP was muted for asking about refraction between the observer and the...
This is the last time I got the chance at talking to one of the Ether Cause guys before they banned me from Earth Awakenings. And they always seem to entertain debating Globers on this topic, but they run and hide from debating me on it. This is a data set from one of the mountain occlusions they did. I labeled it for anyone that wants to pause and check it over. Don't worry if you don't understand it, because they made it as difficult as possible in labeling each section so none of their followers can understand what they are saying, so that they can maintain that authority over them. The Globers don't agree to how they account for refraction when calculating the globe measurement, and I don't agree to the method they use for the flat Earth measurement. They're just using some mathemagic trick to take the same exact observation and attribute different refraction values to each model to somehow prove their method works for measuring the flat Earth, yet all it's really doing is strawmanning flat Earth. This is actually one of the ones that was closer to the globe, which they don't like telling their followers happens very often.
And then we can also found that by judging the difference between our two predictions, we see that the flat Earth is closer than what the globe predicts every single time. Because we got 57, so we're off by 7,000. Chord length might be closer on this one actually, and we smoke them every time.
Yeah, I guess we should include that one, even though it gives it the appearance of validity.
And we smoke them every time. We're closer.
All right, can you break down a little bit what's going on there? They were using globe data again, right?
Yeah. So it's really simple, right? We know sometimes the sun sets right when the globe, claims it does, and then sometimes you have the sun fade out where it like takes a little bit longer, right? So
right.
The atmosphere changes when things set. So it's a system that constantly changes. That's why the black swan they call it the black swan, because it's not normal, even though really it isn't a black swan, because it's a white swan that optics cause different changes in what we see. So it's normal. So it's also normal that a star will occlude behind a mountain at different times. And stellarium has like an average of when it should occlude. And what they do is they cherry pick. So what I showed at the beginning is what they did at the beginning was they claimed that the globe would have the lower mountain because of curvature, and so the star should take longer to occlude behind it. They found out that the occlusions were actually happening earlier. No, sorry. No, they found out that the occlusions were actually happening later than stellarium predicts. So they changed it to saying that the geometry of the two models doesn't matter. What matters is that the flat Earth has like a long sky that kind of extends out, which I mean it's the case sometimes, but sometimes the atmosphere causes for the most part the atmosphere causes a lens effect where things just drop down. Like I've never seen the sun fade out with my eyes. I've seen the sun drop down, like the globe model predicts most of the time. So they changed their method to claiming the flat Earth would have the later occlusion, and now they're just cherry picking and claiming it's a complete opposite. It's the opposite prediction that they had at the beginning. So you really shouldn't be even trying to use the sky to prove the flat Earth, and that's what most flat earthers say, and that's what they're doing. So it's the opposite of what they used to basically say everything. And I show in my video that Alan he literally just debated Jaron like 5 months ago or something, 4 months ago, I forget. But within his debate, he uses the argument that the sun is in an apparent position and we can't just draw a straight line to it. And then in the same debate, he uses his celestial theodolite method argument and says they can draw straight lines to stars and prove the flat Earth. It's like, it's really funny.
Contradictory, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Now I as I told you, 2023 in Brazil, many things happened, including an edition of the TFE. They had the same clowns, same fake flat earthers. And I started back then in 2023, I started disliking debates because we found out the same guy was running both channels, the Globers and the flat earthers.
Yeah.
He was like a businessman. He was running both channels, collecting all the money and giving like 10% to one, 10% to another, something like this. At that moment, I started not watching because I saw kind of the same thing going on in the US, like always the same guys, McToon, Austin McToon, TFE, Austin, all this the same group of
Hey,
guys,
you notice that modern day debate always they said they were gonna have the last flat Earth debate on modern day debate, like with Nathan Thompson's debate with what's his
Bill
name?
Duffy.
Will Duffy. And I thought it was so like obvious that they're gonna pretend like flat Earth is over and this is the last debate because Will Duffy debates like a fake. I think he's a fake flat earther. I think he's pretending to be stupid, like Mark Sargent.
Oh yeah, I believe so. But are they doing debates again?
I think they did another one, so that I don't think it's. I think they did another one recently. Yeah, they did. They did. What's his name? Ruhif versus Nathan Thompson. I think it was Nathan Thompson again.
Yeah, Nathan Thompson again. Yeah,
it's like the dumbest guy. Like there's so, like me and my friends on Discord, we debate Ruhif, and Ruhif is good. I'm not gonna lie. He knows the math. But Nathan Thompson doesn't he can't handle like Ruhif's arguments. He doesn't even try to. Like he just says, the most basic thing imaginable, which in a sense it's like true, but it's not good for people that are on the fence to listen to Nathan Thompson.
Yes. Yeah. I actually I know him, Ruhif. He's a very nice guy. I had many emails. We exchanged a lot of emails. He's a very nice guy, but he's on the wrong side, of course, And I had some conversations through email, like just exchange email, but it was always based on the flight routes, And I don't think he had good arguments against the flight routes. As a matter of fact, I want to finish a video and I want to show you something now that's going to blow your mind. So let's go ahead and play a little bit more of this.
Every time except for in the instance of Blend Mountain, where the true positions are basically the same as the refracted position.
And Blodgett Peak. And maybe you should tell her why that is, though.
Yeah, well, like I was saying earlier, when we look at the...
and Varley. Varley was a globe match. So, would it... This is really the million-dollar question here. Would it be fair to say, then, that the celestial theodolite method cannot be indiscriminately used to know the true altitude angle to a mountain peak?
I agree to what he said. It can't indiscriminately get the exact mountain elevation, but it is closer than what the globe predicts.
Can I time an occlusion, put stellarium on the peak with atmosphere off, read the indicated star altitude angle from stellarium, and have that be the correct angle to the mountain every time?
Yes.
In case you missed that, that is Alan conceding that his whole method is just a reification of the globe model. It's completely circular. This was a recent debate between Jaron and Alan. And what's funny about this clip is that when Jaron brings up the 24-hour sun in the south, which obviously I don't think exists, Alan uses the apparent angles argument to debate against it and defend against it. And he claims that you can't do straight trig when looking at the sun, which directly contradicts his celestial theodolite method, which they're doing straight trig to the stars. And what's funny is right after this clip, he actually points to the celestial theodolite method as a way that they prove the flat earth, even though he does straight trig in the celestial theodolite method to prove the flat earth.
I know, because you keep going back to the apparent position and reconflating it. Like, we could just call it...
There is no reconflating. There is the fact. It's a fact that in the south, people look south to see the sun, and it's the same sun that the people in the north see. Okay?
I got to stop right there because that makes no sense. I mean, he's terrible, man. I told you I'm from Brazil. I was born south of Capricorn, Tropic of Capricorn. We never looked south to see the sun. We always look from east to west. And if you go as far as like Punta Arenas, and if you want to see the 24-hour sun, you need to buy a package and go to Sweden. They don't send you to Antarctica, And we have one guy working at the Union Glacier. He is from Brazil, and he's one of the shields that was with Will Duffy. And for 5 years, even he went to a Brazilian talk show, and the people requested him, "Can you film this 24-hour sun?" And he would not film because there is no 24-hour sun there, you know. And recently, when people asked him again, he said he was going to wait until the documentary came out so he could use that footage to prove.
Yeah, because that's it's hard to fake it, so they can't just. I mean, they've been caught. They've admitted to faking the 24-hour sun video before. Some, the one that they edited, and then
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think Jaren actually believes this stuff. I think like he went from complete flat earther to complete glober within like a month.
Yes,
It
exactly.
was so you couldn't like for globers like assume that that's like something that really happened, but all flat earthers know flat earth is like there's so much to flat earth, and for even if you did see a 24-hour sun down there, you wouldn't really all of a sudden become a glober. Like, so it's just, it doesn't make sense that he would just all of a sudden be defending the globe so aggressively like he is now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's an actor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He was placed in the beginning since 2015. He was placed in this as an actor, as a sleeping cell. And, I mean, David Wise, Nathan Thompson, Jaron, those guys are terrible.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and finish this.
So
I don't. The only thing I disagree with is that it's observer dependent, like individual to them. It's not the same one that you're looking at in the sense that you think it is, that you could like draw a triangle to a physical object.
When I say I'm one of the only people they won't debate on this, I'm not exaggerating. Beasticles was supposed to debate me on Jeranism Live. Backed out after he asked his daddy Alan if he was allowed to. And then he blocked me for some reason. This next clip is a pretty crazy clip because Toby is one of the owners of Ether Cause and he has been MIA since right before TFE. And here you're going to hear him for the first time on Discord pop in with a voice changer accidentally left on. And it sounds like the kind of voice you would pick for a nerdy glober, which I theorize he may have been pretending to be on other servers to control op the discussion between Flat Earth and Globe Earth. This is something that many disinfo agents have admitted before on these servers we debate on. And in one of my next videos, I'm actually going to play a clip of someone admitting to me that she was disinfo while she did damage control for Witsit. During a presentation I did exposing him and TFE.
We had to subtract the drop over distance, which was 213 from the flat Earth prediction.
I mean, I was just here last week, and Ruhif said
Hold on,
219.
Toby. You got your voice changer on again.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Is that so?
but yeah,
I never turned it off.
There you go, Toby. You're live.
All right. You did an excellent job on this one. I mean, on all of the videos that you presented, just
Thank
remove this. You did
that
excellent.
That one's kind of boring. That one's mostly from my community because we debate. Because what Alan and Shane have been doing for every week for like the last 4 or 5, maybe I don't know how many months because I can't keep track of time like that. But every week they come into Earth Awakenings and they present Celestial Theodolite. So it's really big within like the debate servers that were on Discord between Flat and Globe. But for the most part, it's pretty boring for other people. So then my next TFE video is going to be more interesting.
No, I think you did great because some people, believe it or not, some people are new to Flat Earth. They don't even know Jaron. I saw some comments here. People don't know Jaron. So which is good, which is good. So I want to reiterate a comment I did. I think when I said Ruhif is a very nice guy because he never attacked me like his friend, the pilot, what's his name, Wolfie. He left the threats, man. He said he was going to beat me up, come to Japan and beat me up. So at least, Ruhif always talk to me, nicely, politely, and very educated. But yeah, he's a glober. Yeah.
I think Ruhif. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I think he believes that it's a globe. I don't think Ruhif is in on it. Because
Yeah, I think he truly believes. Yeah.
There's a lot of people I know that they're lying.
Yeah. So I want to share. Let me share my screen here. I want to share something here that oops, hold on. Let me try again. Share screen. Sometimes things go wrong here. Let me see. Your browser has blocked. Gotta fix this. Hold on. I don't think I'll be able to. Screen. Share screen. Try to reload the page. No, I can't. I won't be able to share this screen.
That was interesting. That picture of Duffy and Dave Weiss. Where was that from?
They took it before in 2023. They met in 2023 in December. I think it was in Kentucky somewhere. That's a real picture. They met. They before the whole TFE. They exchanged phone calls. There's a whole thing going on between them.
That's before Duffy says he even knew about Flat Earth, right? Or is that?
It was no, it was after, because he claimed to learn in 2021. So that picture was taken in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But it was before Duffy went to Jerem for the first time. And I'm trying to share my screen. So I play some songs during the show. I'm going to play a song right now. And as the song plays, I'm going to try to share my screen because something is not working here, okay? So guys, we should be back in about 3 minutes. All right, let me play a song here. It's this one.
The game is rigged, the table's bent. The system built to keep you spent. They tax you more, you're always broke. Your pension's done just like a joke. Poison food and poison beer, hands out just to steal your share. Education keeps you blind, just smart enough to stay confined. More war, more jabs, more lies they feed. More death, more change is what they need. The devil's system standing tall. Pray the day it takes its fall. The earth is flat, God's great display. The stars is clocked to mark the day. Nazalized with CGI to hide the truth behind the sky. Every nation plays their game, minions spreading fear and shame. Media whores with twisted speech, turning black to white they teach. More war, more jabs, more lies they feed. More death, more change is what they need. The devil's system standing tall. Play the day it takes its fall. Harpo to Conoco. Harpo, harpo, ho. More jabs, more lies they feed. More death, more change is what they need. The devil's system standing tall. Pray the day it takes its fall.
Shout out to Steve McNamee from Ireland. He sent me this song. So, QOP, I finally was able to make this thing work here. So I'm gonna share something with you. This is a flight that happened back in, I think it was 2023. I don't know. It's a flight from Brasilia. Brasilia is the capital of Brazil to Sydney, Australia. Okay. Now they used to fly, stop in LA, and then to Sydney. But the problem is in 2023, there was some some problems, diplomatic problems, that the US started requiring visas from transit, whatever. So Brazil started flying somewhere else, looking for other option to go from Brasilia to Sydney, Australia. And they stop in Tahiti for 1 hour. Okay. So this is how it will look like on the globe. Okay. Pretty easy. But the flights, most of the flights, they fly from South America to Australia. They are not the same aircraft, they use different aircrafts. And I know that because we have a mechanic. Yeah, we have a mechanic in Brazil from Latam. Latam is one of the airlines that fly Santiago to Sydney. And he was interviewed and he said that, yes, they add like extra fuel, it's long range, it's a different aircraft, not a regular. You cannot just get a plane that flies New York to Rio and fly Sydney, that's a fact.
Do they go higher in altitude?
I don't have that information. I can't tell. But what we can tell, I have shared this. I'll share with you in just a second. It's the jet streams. But pay attention to this one here, okay? So a lot of Globers, they make fun of flat Earth. They say, well, they fly to Santiago, to Sydney, flies over North America. I've seen several memes about it, but it actually does. And I'm going to prove to you guys now. So recently, there was a flight going from Santiago to Sydney. So this guy he is Arabic. He went to flight. I cannot talk about the 24 flight Radar 24 because I got a strike once for talking about them. It seems like they watch my channel, But anyway, this is the coordinate in Santiago. You can click here, the hidden history of the flight, and you can check the coordinates where the flight goes by. So this is Santiago, right here. And then here you have Sydney. This is Sydney, 33 south and 155 east. But there is one here, this coordinate, it's very interesting. Okay, this one, right? So I tried to see, I checked this coordinate, and it happens that this coordinate is, interpreting them correctly. Closest airport to your coordinates is Waco Airport. Distance 30 to 40 kilometers from your point. Runway 8,600 feet. History, former Air Force base, currently used industrial, some military traffic. Important, the runway is big and it can handle large aircraft, cargo jets, military transports. It's a military airport. Or Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. It's only 10 minutes from Waco. So the idea is that, yes, these planes are flying through North America. And the proof is right there. So I'm going to show you this Arabic guy. He did the same thing. And he actually recorded. And that's going to be this video right here.
Consider a flight departing from Chile, heading towards Sydney, Australia. This flight would pass over North America, yet it would completely avoid crossing the Atlantic Ocean or flying anywhere near Antarctica. Such a journey, quite literally, could only ever be feasible on a genuine flat Earth map. So, come here, my friend, and let's thoroughly review the crucial information I'm about to share with you. There's a flight, QFA 28, that departs from Santiago, Chile's airport, heading to Sydney, Australia. On the FlightAware website, the flight's route was plotted, just as you can see here. The plane flies over the South Pole, almost entirely avoiding North America. But on that very same website, on the same page, I went into a section that was labeled Decode the Path. I discovered that the plane was tracked at 3 points. The first point was Santiago Airport in Chile, and the final point was Sydney Airport in Australia, and the point in the middle is truly the most peculiar one. Let's take a look at the location of this point. The point's location was found in North America. Unfortunately, my friend, all these things have only one explanation, that the Earth is flat.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So that's the best of the airplane, no matter, they can show flight radar, flight rare, they can show the globe, display the globe, but in fact, they are flying on a flat Earth,
It's always east and so the only thing that wouldn't work on our model, that because me and you both believe in the AE to some extent, I believe the map is probably a little bit different because it is it's specifically like a globe projection, so they might like tweak it for the globe, and then when it's projected for us, it could be like a little bit different, but the overall like setup I think is probably something like that. And I don't think you can go south and get I don't think I think like the there's like some type of ice wall. There might be some warmer areas that the map I have that map that you were talking about before, and it shows, it doesn't show like Antarctica very cold. It shows is it mostly warm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That goes to this is a topic that I've been talking. It goes more to the religious side of the argument, because we believe there was a reset in the 1700s,
Yeah.
and that's when the whole ice started. It was a tropical land, and that's what we've been talking about, like the Millennial Kingdom. And when the end of the Millennial Kingdom, there were some geographic changes and weather, the weather related, the weather changed,
Yeah.
and but yeah, as a matter of fact, let me show you here. I think I have it easy to show. Do have let me see if it's this one right here,
Yeah, like the
because I
North
have
Pole.
a go ahead, go ahead.
North Pole is always depicted with the mountain. It doesn't look like it was as cold before when they depicted it like that with the four rivers coming out of the north with the mountain there, Mount Meru.
Exactly, yeah. People had access to that, and where is my map? I think it's I don't know what it is. I have a big library here, so sometimes it's kind of hard to find,
But yeah, there's a
And
satellite guy. There's a satellite guy that comes to talk to us on my server, and he's like he works for Amazon, I think. For they have some satellites, and what's interesting is he said that whenever he's in he's never been in the control room, so he believes that they do a north and south circumnavigation circumpolar satellite route, but he's never been in the control room when they do that. They just told him that they do that. He's only seen the satellites go east and west. So that I mean that works for me. I told him that was great. That's great news that you're telling me you've never seen that happen. You've only seen it go east and west.
yeah, it's just like the flights, All right, that's what I have here. That's what I believe happened. So I have both of maps here, the A map on top of the Urbano Monte. So this was the world during the Millennial Kingdom, because you see all the kings here, they were giving those lands, You have Africa here, the king of Ethiopia. If you explore this map, you see that it was tropical. It was tropical. It had tropical animals and everything. So there was a reset in the 1700s, but I'm talking about like a big thing that happened, earthquakes, earth changed, the distance. And that's when the whole ice started in Antarctica.
Yeah, I think
That-
as far as TFE, I think they went like north. I think they went to Iceland because it just makes more sense that because you know how like Alston and McToon, they don't have like stamps for Union Glacier or Antarctica on their passport, but Dave McKeegan does have a stamp. So I think he's the only one that actually went to Union Glacier, Antarctica, or wherever that mountain is, where the campsite is. And then I
Yeah.
think the rest of them went to like Iceland or somewhere around Iceland, because the airline is an Iceland airline. Like there's like European like ladies, what are the workers on the airplane, the airline is an Iceland airline. I think it just makes sense that they're actually just going north.
So I gotta share one more thing with you. It's about TFE. Let me show you here a little season library. Okay, I found the picture here. So this is the Brazilian guy I was talking to you about it. Okay, his name is Chico Matos. Okay, you see him. This is the video. He was claiming it was 10 p.m. in Antarctica, but his shadow shows that he was facing north, right? The shadow gives him away. Okay, so there was probably by the position of the sun was coming from east. I think it was like around 11 a.m. And he was claiming to be 10 p.m. in Antarctica. He recorded this video the day before Duffy recorded his last video saying he was leaving because of the weather change, all that stuff. Okay, so my opinion, what happened is this guy, they met in the summer of 2024 in the US, and I do have the picture here. So what I think, since that guy works there, I think he was able to record some footage. And in the summer, I don't know what it is, but they have a picture together at McToon's house, whatever. In the summer of 2024, before they went to Antarctica, I think he recorded, the Union Glacier, and he handed him the footage so they could add the sun, whatever, do all the edit. And then once McKeegan went to Antarctica, one of them, they released as being like live footage. Okay, that's my theory.
Yeah. What's interesting? I was just remembering. So you see the two pictures of them. Will Duffy's wearing blue, and then he's wearing like normal clothes, like whatever colors. Do you notice that they're all wearing blue in the TFE footage?
Yeah. Yes.
Everything is blue.
That's right.
So that goes along with my theory that so they basically so you know where they got caught leaving chroma key on, and it was like replacing Will Duffy's like logo. So
yeah.
I debated McToon with the intended purpose to mainly ask him what color green screen Duffy uses, because sometimes you don't actually have a green screen, sometimes you do. And I was hoping he said that Will Duffy actually has a green screen. Because what the story is that Will Duffy left his chroma key setting on, right? You just forgot it was on.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
but chroma key is like something you can pick like what color it replaces. So in what it was replacing in the TFE live stream footage was blue, and they're all wearing blue. And McToon told me, and I have it clipped in that video in the first one. He said he literally has a green screen, so it would be set to green. So it obviously wasn't just left on. They actually set it to blue, and the reason. So I looked it up, like with AI, like why would they be wearing? So it made no sense that they would wear blue if they're setting it to blue to replace. So basically, AI said that the reason you would wear blue in contrast to like chroma key, that's basically replacing things that are a lighter blue, a different hue of the blue that they're wearing, is so that the edges of their clothes get basically cropped out even closer, because the chroma key is basically picking a very specific hue of blue, and since they're most likely surrounded by mostly sky that is light blue, the chroma key basically gets rid of the sky, and it gets rid of it very close to the edges of their clothes, which is like a darker blue, and then that way they can put the fake layers of the other footage of the sun in different areas to make it go all around for 24 hours.
Yeah. And both McKeegan and McToon, they are software engineers. So, they can do anything they want, All right. And I'm just going to share. This is the picture here. So this guy was there visiting them in the summer of that's his name right there, Chico Matos. So he works at Union Glacier. He's one of the guides there. So they met in 2023, and then in December they were together again right here.
Yeah.
So a lot of things going on in this whole very sketchy. The whole thing was very sketchy. So I'm looking forward for any for your part 4. Any like spoilers?
Yes. Well, part 4 is going to be mostly for debunking the dual pole model, which is just like an ad hoc. It's just the model they want the flat. So any flat earther that believes that Witsit went to and saw a 24-hour sun, they made this as a model for that flat earther to use as a model with the 24-hour sun, and it doesn't make sense really. And so I'm going to debunk like the model itself, how the map doesn't work, and then a lot of clips of Geo basically going back and forth from AE to dual pole right after, right even before Witsit went on TFE. Geo, already the owner of Earth Awakenings, he already flipped. He flipped as soon as Witsit agreed to go on TFE. It was really funny. I thought it was extremely suspicious, but a lot of people didn't even notice that he flipped before even TFE happened. So it's like he's the guy in behind the curve, where he's the one that I show in my first video where he's helping with the Jaren's first laser experiment.
Yeah, I think I got his picture here. Let me see. I did save. Where is it? Show today's show. Man, I need some reading glasses here.
What's
I do
interesting
have.
in the behind the curve footage, Jaren goes up to the other guy next to Geo, and he asks like to that guy, what's your name? But he doesn't ask it to Geo, so I think they already knew each other.
Yeah. So this guy here, right? Let me share the screen. This guy here.
Yeah.
Okay. So what seems to be, man, this TFE, this whole shield stuff,
It's
you know?
amazing how they already knew each other at that the first Jaren's first psyop to Flat Earth. Geo's there, and then Geo's there to defend the TFE when also that happens now.
It's much bigger. This whole web of shields, man, it's much bigger than I ever calculated. You know, it's not just like David Wise, Mark Sargent, and there's a whole web behind them.
Yeah. And in my part 5 video, I'm going to show. I mean, you can pull it up if you want to well, actually, it would be hard to find the exact clip, but this girl came on my server before I did the TFE. Do you know Rusted Soul?
Yes, I do.
So
I know her channel.
Yeah, me and her did a TFE presentation to everyone on Earth Awakenings, and Witsit came and he defended himself, and me and her kind of gave our evidence, and Geo wanted to act like he was allowing it, so that's the only reason they allowed it. I actually had to spam the text chat a million times, let me have this presentation, and finally I got enough people to tell him to let me, so it wasn't like he automatically let me. But there's a girl that came into my server before that presentation, and she's an admitted disinfo agent. She literally just tells she got caught for being a disinfo agent, and then now she just says she used to be a disinfo agent, but now she's changed her ways and she realized the Earth's flat and she was wrong. But it's if you claim you used to be a disinfo agent and now you're just a flat earther, but then you're defending Witsit having gone there during this presentation, and I basically called her out in front of everybody. I'm like, she admitted to me she's a disinfo agent, and she didn't deny. I thought that was funny.
Wow. So I closed my my circle of friends and now flat earthers, because I have been telling my friends, my followers, whatever, forget about those big conventions, those guys. Just get together, you and another friend, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't need those people. And as a Christian, I tell my people, my friends, to call me out because I defend the biblical model of the sun going around. Just like it says Psalm 19:6, the sun has a circuit. So I'm not familiar, if you follow my channel, but there's one thing, and I told this David Wise, and I told my followers. I have a master's degree in emergency management. I studied earth sciences a lot, and there is one thing that happens when tsunami hits islands. It's called diffraction, which it wraps around an island. And have been known, like 2004 tsunami wrapped around Australia and hit Sydney before it reached Africa. But we don't have diffraction in Antarctica. There's no tsunamis do not wrap around Antarctica because it's not an island. So I told David Wise and I told Austin, if the waters are not circling around Antarctica, neither does the sun. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's just impossible, you know?
It's ridiculous. The models that they're coming up with are ridiculous.
Yeah. And I have to shout out to True Christian, Flat Earth Deplorable. They are always pointing this out. What's the name of the guy? Like Duffy brought along some people defending the 24-hour sun by creating models. Debated him just like Nathan Thompson, but all those people are controlled. Go ahead.
You see the last guy. It's like he even labeled the last guy like a spam or a scammer. He was the guy that did like the fake golden ticket thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, he brought along many fake flat earthers with him also,
Oh yeah,
So
Elizabeth.
Go ahead.
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Elizabeth was the most fake. Like as soon as she came into Earth Awakenings to introduce herself, and she came in with all her friends, and immediately like me and my friends were just making fun of them for being like fake because they were like they didn't say anything about flat Earth. You could tell they didn't know anything about it. Her only proof to Will Duffy that she was a flat earther was the video of Dave Weiss getting insulted by those three guys at the same time during that debate. Do you remember that one?
I think so. Yeah. I remember the Professor
like
Dave, right?
They're like laughing at him this whole time.
Yeah.
That's her claim to like proof that she's a flat earther, that she watched that. And I said it to her face like immediately, like you're just a fake flat earther. So I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Just another actress.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't even check the comments today. I'm sorry, guys. We've been talking here about this fake. So shout out to all of you who joined, Crystal, so many of you. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I had a guest today, special guest, Q Alpi. And tell us about where the people can find you, mostly on Discord, right?
Well, my Discord. I mean, unless you go on Discord, it's hard to like to link my Discord because they don't give you like a link that lasts. But my YouTube, whichever one you posted, it connects has my Discord, and then it has another server, another YouTube where we live stream the Discord, which is going right now. They're debating and stuff. But my main channel is the one I post my videos on that you got there.
Okay.
Well,
so I did place the link.
If they want to join my Discord server and actually talk to us, like they can figure that out from my videos. They can find my Discord on my videos and DM me, and I'll invite them to the server.
All right. So guys, all of you who were here today, we talked about TFE. I was gonna talk a little bit about Little Season today. We didn't have time, but next week I have a show prepared just to talk about the Little Season. There's a lot of things going on, and I want to play another song. Kyopi, hang around. I'm gonna play another song.
You think there was like already like the kingdom of Jesus, like second?
Yeah, the Millennium Kingdom. Yes.
And he ruled over like.
Yes.
It was like so. Do you think like Tartaria was like a utopia, like
Tartaria? I think they gave the whole thing was the Millennium Kingdom, and if you look, like I've been looking at old maps, the whole region of Tartaria was a small Christian kingdoms. You see Christian kingdom here, Christian kingdom there, and I think like they tried to erase that region because it had the more advanced technology. That's because, see, one thing that people get wrong is like they think like, I'm talking about religion stuff. Maybe you're not up to date with. They think when Jesus come back, he's gonna like Sharia law, force everybody to follow Christianity. It's not like that, you know. According to my understanding, the Millennium Kingdom, he reigned among the people who were subject to him. He was the king, you know. But not every nation had to convert, you know. Arabs continue to be Arabs or whatever, you know. But that region was more advanced because that region is where most people, Christian kingdoms, were located, you know. And you see some old maps, sometimes I show here. And but yeah, I believe the Millennial Kingdom took part already, and the whole Tartaria thing is just like a code name for the Millennial Kingdom, you know. That's my idea. I'm still researching all that stuff. I mean, I first came across the Millennial Kingdom in 2019. I didn't pay much attention, but because evil, as you see with the whole Epstein files, so many wrong things, man, going on. Evil is definitely reigning today. So there is this part of the Bible that says after the Millennial Kingdom, Satan would be loosed and deceive the nations. So I think we are in this time when he is out there reigning and deceiving the nations, because every government is satanic today, you know. I can say that. All right, so if you know, I kind of talk a lot about it lately. Some of my subscribers don't like because they don't subscribe to the Millennial Kingdom, having been in the past. But I'm exploring this as I show the A map. I mean, the A map over the Urbano Monte. I think that was the kingdom when Jesus reigned, you know, during the Millennial Kingdom. And now we have a different, you know, formation. All right. All right, let me just play one song and then we come back and then we should close the show, all right? Let me find a song here about the North Pole.
They took our moms and dads away, said their hearts were led astray, but it was Christ's pure kingdom they adored. 1,000 years of peace and grace before the dark fell on this place, before the chains were loosed and Satan roared. They took us by the score to an asylum safe and cold, while the truth we once had faded from our hold. It all started in the later end of a time called the Little Season. We were children when they lied, taught to hush our hearts and reason. It's so hard to unlearn from the ones we trust. The Mark 9 says they'll answer just. The millstone bound, they'll be cast down for leading us in treason in the time of the Little Season. On orphan trains across the land we rode with no one left to stand, a piece in their industrial machine. They called it light, but it was shade, a revolution darkly made, waged against the kingdom of the king. Two schools that looked like castle walls, where we learned of spinning balls and timelines false. They forced us to believe. It all started in the later end of the fine formative season. We were children when they lied, taught to hush our hearts and reason. It's so hard to unlearn from the ones we trust. The Mark 9 says they'll answer just. A millstone bound, they'll be cast down for leading us in treason in the time of the Little Season. Pick of us, the brightest minds, they sent to halls of grand design. Universities they did not build. With domes and towers high and wide, they filled those halls with worldly pride to shape the next to carry lives fulfilled. Their books were dressed in noble claims, but never spoke the Savior's name or truth about the kingdom that was still. It all started in the later end. There were time for the little season. We were children with a light, taught to hush our hearts and reason. It's so hard to unlearn from the ones we trust. Mark 9 says they'll answer just. A millstone bound, they'll be cast down for beating us in treason in the time of the little season. They covered up the ancient days with fairy tales and textbook praise for science filled with math that makes no sense. They gunned the past with fire and war and told us that there was no more, no trace of Christ's own world of innocence, the fair. The bombs that cities flames are part of Satan's deadly games. Now we live the lie they call progress. It all started in the later end of a time called the little season. We were children way light, taught to hush our hearts and reason. But the light still burns in the faithful few, and heaven's throne is always true. The King will reign and truth remain beyond this dark deceiving. In the time of a little season.
Here, shout out to Rick Hinckley for sending me the song. So that song talks a little bit about this Millennium Kingdom. Right after that, in the 1700s, 1800s, a whole bunch of people were put into insane asylum. They all had this utopia. They used to live in a golden era, you know. They put all these people. So
Have you seen the Shutter Island movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
no, not yet. I haven't
I'm
seen
gonna
this
do
one.
I'm gonna do a video on it. It's pretty crazy when you actually figure out what they're actually showing you in the movie. They're basically showing you that they're making it seem like Leonardo DiCaprio is like actually finding out he's crazy, but then when you realize what the movie's actually saying, the movie is showing that Leonardo DiCaprio is playing a German soldier, or no, sorry, an American soldier that basically did bad things to Germans, and so they tricked him to thinking he's crazy by giving him drugs at this insane asylum because they wanted to lock up people that knew about what happened in Germany. Because I mean, I have the belief that it kind of went the opposite, like as they say in World War II. You know, like Japan and Germany were actually like just defending themselves and
Yes.
trying to keep their cultures, and then the West just wanted to, you know, change those cultures and take over. So they made it seem like those were the bad guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all these people, all these other people in the insane asylum with Leonardo DiCaprio also have like crazy, like old world, like memories and stuff that they're trying to wipe.
Yes, exactly. So that's where we stand. You know, I think that there was this golden era, and when it was over, you know, Satan took over, and everything is satanic from there. You know. All right, guys, we're approaching the end of our show. I'm not going to be talking about Little Season today. We will be talking next week. We will do a show only on the Little Season. I had the pleasure and the privilege of having Q Oppie here with us today. So I hope, brother, you sometime, you know, when you're ready for the next number 4, if you want to come back and talk about it before, during, or after, you know, my channel is open, especially to anybody who wants to talk about the mockery and the fakery of TFE.
Cool. Yeah, there's too much. I've been doing this since then, and it's amazing how many times they get caught like lying or doing something. We have so many clips. We could make so many videos of these shills.
Yes. I tell my followers here that the TFE gave us enough, you know, material to work for years, you know, and they did, you know, all the fakery.
They didn't do another fake 24-hour sun video the next year, right? in Union
Never.
Glacier? No. Yeah, I didn't
See,
even
that's the thing. You know, in Brazil, we are about 4 hours from Union Glacier, and the flat earthers there, they beat hard. You know, especially that guy, he works there at the Union Glacier. They called him up, man. Hey, show us the sun. Show us the sun midnight. You know, they call him up. He can't do it because there is no sun at midnight there. You know,
Yeah.
there's no way. And all the flat earthers and the globers in Brazil in 2024, I went live because I'm exactly 12 hours apart from them. When it's noon here, it's midnight at Union Glacier. I went live at noon here, expecting them to go live. All the globers and the flat earthers in Brazil were live, expecting them, and they didn't. They went live 4 hours before. 10 p.m., I think 10 p.m. at Union Glacier, they cut their live stream, you know? So obviously there's no 24-hour sun there. Otherwise, they would spend the night doing this, you know?
Yeah.
They did. So, all right, I want to thank you, QP, for being here today. I appreciate, okay? And I hope to have you back here. If you have any last words for the people who are watching us.
No, not really. Thank you. Thanks for watching the videos and having me.
Feel free to mirror, edit, do whatever you want with this video, okay? You should be able to download in 24 hours. I think StreamYard holds, or YouTube or something, but you feel free to use it whatever way you want.
Cool. Yeah, we also we had a lot of help from your channel also while we were trying to piece together like what they were doing. So I've been watching you for a while.
So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, I'll be talking to you. All right, I'm gonna close the show, and I'm not gonna be in studio. Okay, we'll talk on Telegram.
Okay, see you, man.
Take care, brother. Thank you. All right, guys, we are at the very end. I was planning to talk about later season today. I have some important stuff that I would like to share, but I don't want to make the show too long. And we all are busy. We have busy lives, busy families, and so I will do this next week. I do want to share some other stuff with you, and concerning the little season, and fakery is everywhere, and the whole dispensationalism stuff is really, it bothers me. The more I learn about it, the more I get mad, because you can see like how the fakery they use with other stuff that we live in a fake world. The whole dispensationalism stuff, the 2000 years added out of nowhere, all those things. So I do want to talk more about it, but we won't have time to do it today, right? So let's dedicate next week just for the little season, and I might or might not have people here. I want to shout out here. Let me shout out Stephen Reed. I want to read his message he left for me. Really nice. All right, this is Steve McManamy from Ireland. So he sends a couple songs for me. So no problem, Eddie. Thanks for taking the time to do the last time too. That's something I've been meaning to work on. I wouldn't expect you to have that all. Shed any time you wish, and only it suits you. It took me a long time to realize the earth was flat. I thought I was the higher on the ladder of truth, but I was only scratching the surface. So he's talking about the staircase of disbelief, just like I told you, and I'm working on this project, but that's going to be towards the end of the year, I guess. So we all go, just like Q Up was saying, he didn't say to you live, but we were talking in studio. He went over several conspiracies, but he thought flat earth, no way, until he realized that flat earth is reality. So there was right here, flat earth, until I looked at the Millennial Kingdom and realized now that there was another rabbit hole and that they are hiding. And so the whole heliocentric model and dispensationalism all lies from the Vatican to hide the millennial kingdom. So we should be back next week, okay? So I appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, all of you. I haven't been able to interact with you guys, Yuko, Tammy, Matthew, Hakim, so many people, Flat Earth Patriots in the house, True Christian. So we should be back next weekend. We're going to do a show just on the later season. Thanks, everyone. Also, I'll be seeing you next weekend, okay? Take care. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.
Wonderful, magical, celestial light, fantastical, mystical, wonderful sight. Belgian Swiss physicist Auguste Piccard, 1931, first to reach for the stars, was the first to explore the air view stratosphereus, a scientist curious to see what was there. An aluminium black ball on a helium balloon, with photos and instruments, sailed towards the moon, rose in just half an hour, 52,000 feet, 10 miles up, 10th air pressure, left for dead, trapped in heat and cold, but disproving gravity. Wonderful, mystical, beautiful sight, flat line separation of black from blue light, a world run by deceivers, false make-believers, hiding in shadows, stealing our light. Mystical, fluorescent light, wonderful, magical, awesome, yes, stealing our light. Wonderful, let there be light, supernatural, eternal, supernatural. Up we go, higher than rainbows, higher than mountains, above cumulonimbus, higher than air, high level horizon, 360 around us, but right round behind us, any height that you dare. The sun and the moon both revolve above around us, to forever show time fast, intelligently there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, no more you deceive us, we through you like air. Kipper and Picard were the first ever known to reach up there. Divine luminescent light, mystical, wonderful, celestial light. So what was their eternal testimony? What did they report back to humanity? Said it seemed like a flat disk far as eyes can see, with an upturned edge fading into infinity. A mystical, ethereal, celestial sight, a divine creation, a clockwork of light, designed hid by deceivers and false make-believers, still cowering in shadows, still fearing our light. Here we go, higher than Everest, higher than airplanes, above zero cumulus, higher than air, a level horizon, 360 around us, no motion beneath us, no spinning hotels on the firmament, time all around us, to forever show time fast, geometrically there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, forever beneath us, we see through you like air. Mystic, solar-luminous light, fantastical, magical, bright, we see through you like air. Magical, angels of light, beautiful, wonderful, celestial light. The first to see truth when they reach for the stars, explorers and physicists, Kipper and Picard. like air.